So we look at the start list. We've got Czech Republic, Kazakhstan, United States of America, Norway, Japan. Look out for them in the final leg. Poland, Germany, Australia, with 7.5km leading things out for them. And then we have Korea, Finland, France, with Tom Mancini as anchor.
In the classic stand starting in the first row will be the Czech Republic, Kazakhstan, and the USA.
So 7.5 kilometers of classic skiing, 3 laps of the 2.5K track. Maximum height difference of 46 meters of climbing each time around. Total climb of 87 meters, and they're off, and this men's 4x7.5km race is underway.
Right in the traffic. Oh, Kent, we're going to see a lot of traffic.
So the main thing is to stay in the group, particularly on this first lap. As we see number 10 there, Poikinen, just slipping back ever so slightly on that first climb. So number 1, Krzysztof Saktukal of Czech Republic in the lead. And all looking good so far. I don't see anyone really struggling at the beginning of this contest. Cheers for the local team, for the USA. The Americans wearing big number 3. They've got Garrett Butts, who will ski this first leg. Then they'll hand over to Finn Sweet, the silver medalist in the team event. Placed 6th in the 10K Classic. So Finn skiing well in Classic. Then Gregory Burt and Alexandra Mauer will be the team from the United States. But favourites going into this, you've got to say, are the Norwegians. Fredrik Nielsen is wearing bib 4 there on the right of your screen. He'll hand over to Magnus Boje, winner of the silver medal in the 10K Classic. Øyvind Haugen and then Andreas Kirkeng will be the skiers that will take on the skate legs of this competition. So wearing bib number 1, the Czech team. Zatukal, Dufek, Hozat and Thomas Lucas will finish things off and be their anchor for Czech. Oh, and an early move up the pack there from the winner of the sprint event, Verneri Poikinen, moving up into 2nd place. So fairly sedate pace to get things going for the first lap. 3 laps, of course.
Up, awesome. Let's go. Up. Come on, Seve!
Come on, Seve. That's the Aussie. Seve de Campo, wearing bib 8. So all together in a group. No one really wanted to take up the pace just yet. And as we come through this initial 1.4km split, there's a little bit of a gap in the pack there. Italy and Czech just getting distance slightly, 4 seconds back. So we are at the top, the highest point of this 2.5k track, and we'll go on to the descent now. This could be quite tasty. Big group going into this fast left-hand bend. You get that initial slow right-hand bend, and then it picks up speed down here, and then they're all in a line. If one falls, then a couple will go down. But Verneri Poikkanen leading things out, the sprint winner, and skiing very nicely around there. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble there from number 12, the Canadian, Robin Mason. So the sprint winner, Poikkanen, has De Campo is not number 1. There must be something wrong with the timing chip there. It's Satukal who's number 1. De Campo of Australia is 8. And where is Sebi De Campo? Some of the transponders that they're wearing were not registering properly on that intermediate time. But we can see on your screen who is in this lead pack. About 8 of them. And the Czech Republic, Germany, Finland, Norway, of course, in there.
So the only issue really here
So the first lap is done.
Or for psychological reasons, some of the skiers might prefer to be a little bit behind and force the skiers ahead to do more.
Garrett Butts still very much in touch for the US. Yeah, those transponders with them all together in a big group, they're not picking up the athletes properly, so the split times aren't coming up as perhaps they should. I can tell you that Czech Republic are wearing bib 1, United States of America are in bib 3, Germany wearing bib 7, Norway wearing bib 4. They are your top 4. Poikkanen there, the big Finn wearing bib number 10. Ukraine, they're also in there. Wearing 5 is the Japanese, Moriguchi. Wearing 11 is the French, Gianni Ciano. So a group of 9, and then a little bit of a gap, and then 2 following. 14 in total in the race. So Czech, Germany, Norway.
Nice work, Robin. You're right in it, buddy. You're right in this, Robin. Keep it up, buddy. Looks good, Robin.
That's advice for Robin Mason of Canada, wearing bib 12. So leading us through at this point, it's all together in a big group, really. Catching up with this group is Kazakhstan. Or maybe just being dropped out of the group, I should say. I think Kazakhstan just getting a little bit separated there from the 9. So Poikkanen still in there, just sitting back in third place on the left-hand side, the skier's left. Good work for the Norwegian Fredrik Nielsen. He was 8th in the 10K Classic. And this is the closest that we're going to see to that race, 7.5K. So if you look at the times from the 10K Classic, of course, Hirose Rio, who won that 10K Classic, is coming in the anchor, so not in this wave. And of the skiers in this wave, it is Fredrik Nielsen who has the best result in that individual 10K. And on this second climb, second time up the big hill, it is Nielsen that is starting to slowly increase the pace. It's not a burst of speed to get away, but it's just starting to turn the screw. The Kazakhstan Matsov just slipping slightly there. Now this is the moment where the elastic is starting to stretch. Top of this hill. And we do have a group of 4 that have just broken away ever so slightly. So the 4 out in front. Norway, Czech Republic, Germany. France. So Norway in 4, wearing bib 4. Czech wearing bib 1. And Germany in 7, and France wearing 11. Finland wearing bib 10. Poikkanen carrying good speed down the descent, and he's decided to come out of the track here, losing grip. Ukraine catching back up with this group, and they're all slipping back slightly here. The kick wax is wearing off. It's the trouble with these really fast descents, and you go into that bend, it does rub off the sticky wax that's on the middle of the ski underneath the binding. And when that wax starts to disappear, you struggle with the grip as you go up the hills. So, second of the 3 laps about to be completed. Czech Republic, Norway, Germany, France, Ukraine, and Finland. And just behind Finland, wearing bib 3, is Garrett Butts of the United States. And the Japanese, Moriguchi Shota.
And we can see now entering the tag zone area. It's going to be the Czech Republic and Norway tagging off with their 2 mates.
So we're coming through the 5K split, and we have that lead group with Poikkanen and Butts.
So a lot of racing yet to come.
Just on the back end of it.
And I stand corrected, that was not a tag zone lap. They're heading back out for that.
So
because they're doing 7.5 kilometers, they're doing 3 laps.
Last lap for these athletes. Oh, 11 there. Gianni Giacchino from France, just slipping slightly on that little hill as we come out of the stadium. This is where they're going to start to turn the screw. Well, Christoph Zatukal was 16th in the individual 10K competition, and Fredrik Nielsen of Norway was 8th in that event. We've got the German in there as well, Philipp Mussmeyer. Big cheers.
Those are your top three right now in the race. Things will change as Ukrainian skiers back around the turn.
Mussmeyer was only 59th in the individual competition, so performing much better today than he did in the individual. Poikkanen there just getting dropped ever so slightly. The Finn who won the sprint event. Japanese Moriguchi Shota. You can see how hard they're working. They're frothing, breathing so hard. Garrett Butts there doing well to close the gap and rejoin this group. Well, it's time to leave it all out on the track. France just getting a little distance, wearing 11. Poikkanen seems to be a little bit too far a distance for him. And driving this forward, it's been both Zatukal and Nielsen who have been the ones that have been pressing and pushing, taking it in turns to share the lead and just turning the screw on their opponents. There's Garrett Butts from the United States. So going up this final hill, the big hill, and it is both the team from Czech and from Norway that are driving things forward. And a 6.7 gap between Zatukal and Nielsen, who are leading, and Denisenko of Ukraine, Mussmeyer of Germany. Butts is 9 seconds back. Mussmeyer now of Germany just dropping back slightly. So Norway and the Czech Republic are turning the screw, and we've got a fairly commanding lead now. So Nielsen of Norway and Zatukal of the Czech Republic, they were the ones that have done most of the work at the front, and the elastic's breaking now as the final climb. Nielsen just a little bit ahead of Zatukal, and they will be going for flat out up this hill. Butts there from the University of Vermont, 22 years old, doing very well to stay in contention. So it's Norway, Czech Republic, America. Ukraine is in there.
But it is all about Nielsen right now. Norwegian looking very confident on the track. High speed, check it out.
The no-look tuck, just tucking his head down to gain the best aerodynamics. Just got to be a little bit careful that you don't veer off the track. And the final effort now as they go on to the start-finish straight. And great work from
So you have the Norwegian, the Czech Republic,
American.
USA in your top three for the exchange.
And so Zapukal of the Czech Republic will be handing it off to his teammates.
So good work from Norway. They are doing the job here. Norway, Czech Republic, United States. Garrett Butts hands over to Finn Sweet. Finn Sweet, a silver medal in the team competition, 6th in the 10K Classic. So Sweet has got some speed here, and Sweet will be looking to challenge the Czech, Thomas Duvček. We've got Magnus Boyer, who was a silver medalist in the 10K Classic. So these are their best classic skiers. The Norwegians with Magnus Boyer, the Czech Republic with Thomas Duvček, and the Americans with Finn Sweet. So in the 10K, Boyer was the silver medalist, Duvček was 5th, and Sweet was 6th. So by that rationale, these three could, if they work together, really ski out a lead. Don't want to give too much too soon on the first lap.
That's our top three, and now we're looking at 4, 5, and 6, which are Ukraine. Behind the Ukrainian, we have number 11 is France.
So we've got Ukraine, France, and Germany in this small chase group. Finland there, out on their own. Juha Nuomi. But these are the three leaders. Magnus Boyer from Norway competed in the Olympic Games for South Korea. Norwegian father and Korean mother. Went to the 2018 Olympic Games in Pyeongchang in South Korea. So Norway, Czech Republic, USA. And a good move from France, Matteo Correa. Correa has closed the gap. Sweet slipping slightly. The kick wax not working for him. Laura of Germany and Romanchenko of Ukraine. Now, the effort that this second three will need to put in to try and catch up with the lead might pay in the end. Boyer just looking back behind him. Well, they want to keep the gap big, but they don't want to expend too much energy. And strategy for Magnus Boyer there is just to sit up, stand up, and let the Czech take the lead on the descent. So what was a group of three out front is now a group of four. Mateo Correa doing good work to rejoin that front group. And you can see Sweet having to come out of the tracks. The kickback's not working for him, and that means that he's expending a lot more energy on those climbs. It's just not as an efficient technique. He doesn't get any glide. So more effort required for the American up that final climb. Look at Magnus Boyer just dropping his arms down. He really is managing his effort there. Not wanting to work too hard too soon. Obviously keeping the pace up so that they don't all come together in one big group.
So again, 4 athletes and the lead. This is the top
so
4.
This is the 10K. It's the first loop for this second leg. And still very much trying to keep the powder dry, keep themselves under threshold. So top 4 going through. Ah, okay. So a move by Thomas Dufek there. And I think what we'll see now is just little attacks coming through, just to see how everyone is feeling. Sweet looks to be the one that could get dropped here, as they're on their second of 3 laps. So they're about halfway through their 7.5 kilometer leg. This is the final leg of Classic. And then 2 more of skate to come. Upper body strength, much more necessary in Classic than in skate. Especially when you go into this double poling. It's not just arms, it's also the core. Now the Finns there wearing bib 10, Juha Nurmi, doing a good job to try and close the gap there with the Germans, Jakob Laurer. So second time up the big hill. And Sweet having to work so much harder than the other 3. Norway, Czech Republic, France, and Sweet from the USA doing his best to stay in contention. But we've got Boya, Dufek, Correa, Sweet. Oh yeah, just looking behind him, he's really managing his effort. Or no, his face looks like he's got this under control. Might be wrong, he might be playing a good poker face. So I'll have one more time up the big climb onto the descent. We've got that little climb and then back into the stadium, and Finn Sweet is getting distanced. We're getting a lead pack of 3 now. Norway, Czech Republic, France.
Great job. That was French skiers side by side with the Czech Republic skiers.
So I feel that once we get on to the 3rd of 3 laps on this 2.5K course, one of these 3 skiers is going to really put the hammer down. Well, Sweet only 4.6 seconds back, but he's having to work so much harder. So Nurmi and Laura of Germany are 22 seconds back.
Handed off to the first freestyle leg, which will be the 3rd leg of this men's 4 times 7.5km
So
very focused at the front of the train. Measure Sola has been leading this train for quite some time.
good work by the Norwegian.
For Finn Sweet is enforced by it's been sort of an accordion. And the thing about that, Pete, is that although he's been catching up, he's also been losing, and we agree that
So Boya, Korea, France, Dufek of Czech Republic. Finn Sweet still in touch, 5 seconds back. He's working so hard, he doesn't want to get distanced. Cheers of come on, Finn. time to dig deep now. Just 2.5 kilometers left. One more lap of the track. And one more lap of classic before we switch to skate. Well, for me, Magnus Boye is looking the more comfortable of the leading three, but you never know. The pace will suddenly increase. Who's going to be the one that lights the touch paper? Boye looking behind him. Wants to see what's happening behind, wants to see what kind of a gap that they can ski out. Sweet. Just doing as best he can to stay in touch with the top three. We'll hand over to Gregory Burt. There is the American. Still fighting to stay in touch. Just not giving up. And is that a move? Did we just see a move from Dufek? He's definitely up the pace. Dufek has taken the lead and is starting to wind the screw. So Czech Republic, Norway, France. Sweet of the United States doing his best to hang in there. Mathieu Correa, 22nd in the individual competition, the 10K. Skiing much better today in this 7.5 relay. And there's a real injection of pace now. Magnus Boye going for it up this larger of the two hills. And Boye. And they have dropped Sweet. Sweet 17 seconds back now. Dufek, Boye. Ooh, a little wobble there from the French. You can see the legs just completely empty. And stood on that left ski and the knee started to kind of bend ever so slightly. Well, it's been a great ski from all three of these teams. And look at that from the French, round the outside, blasting up the final hill. And you've got to say that Korea of France has skied the fastest leg. Had some catching up to do to start off, but they're going flat out, full gas now. the full-on sprint up the hill to try and hand over with as much of a lead as possible. Dufek and Korea just distancing Boya ever so slightly. But it will be just a few seconds that they will have over the Norwegian. Sweet, well, how far back is he? 24 seconds back. So, oh, that was a close one. That was almost a fall for Thomas Dufek. And a brilliant ski from the Frenchman Mathieu Correa will hand over to Simon Chapat of France. Dufek just get it. Oh, they've gone the wrong way. So Dufek is going the wrong way here. Dufek's completely gone the wrong way. He's gonna have to go all the way back. He went on to the finish and he's had to back himself back up. Oh, what a disaster for the Czech team.
Time and time again, Thomas Dufek going into the wrong lane.
Oh,
an opportunity now for Team USA to get back into the top three. Dufek now with the
that was what you would call a schoolboy error from the team from the Czech Republic. They did all that hard work. They worked all the way through, and Thomas Dufek went the wrong way. And he thought about jumping over the barriers, but then that would have given him a penalty, so he had to ski back around. And it's France that are in the lead, and that disastrous second exchange for the Czech Republic. It's not over yet. They will get back into this race. It was only a 10-second loss, but the negative impact that will have psychologically, maybe it will spur them on. And yeah, so we've got France and Norway. So with all that going on, Simon Chapat is on the course for France. Norway have Øyvind Haugen. And then we're going to see the Americans and the Czech Republic. So Daniel Hosak of the Czech Republic. Well, even with that detour, they still managed to hand over before the Americans, but Gregory is on the track for USA. So, yeah, 17 seconds lost by going the wrong way for the Czech Republic. And if they look back on this race and if they lose it by 17 seconds, then questions will be asked. So at exchange 2, France capitalized on that mistake from the Czech Republic, went through in the lead. Norway was 6 seconds back. The Czech Republic, when they finally did get to exchange, 17 seconds back. United States, 30 seconds back. Finn Sweet handing over to Gregory Burt. Finland, 54 seconds back, wearing bib 10. And Germany in 6th place, 1 minute 11 back. Kazakhstan in 7th, 1 minute 24 back. Japan, 1 minute 28 back. And if that deficit continues to grow, then there's really nothing that Hiroshi Rio can do, who is that anchor skier who will be on after this leg. So 3 laps of skating. Then the final exchange and 3 more laps. Chapaz, Haugen. Cheers of Alain Simon for the French skier. The snow starts to fall now. And Hosak 22 seconds down. It was 17. And when you're out on your own like that, it's so much harder than if you're with a pair. You can share the work, share the lead. You know that you've got someone with you. See the Norwegian there just standing up. He knows that he doesn't need to tuck down low because he's got that slipstream effect, so uses that opportunity to just stand up vertically and shake his arms out. Coming through with bib number 9 is the South Korean. I think that might be John Sung-min. Well, yeah, it must be. The Koreans haven't done their second exchange yet. So Hozak 21 seconds back. So it's sitting around about 21, 22 seconds, no real moves there. The Americans, Burt is around about 30, 40 seconds, so he's lost 10 seconds in that first loop.
Haugen dropping the pace a little bit and allowing the French skier to get into the lead. A strategic move there.
You see the Koreans a whole lap behind. So Simon Chapin of France leading, Haugen of Norway in second, Hozak 16 seconds back. Well, that was an improvement. So the skier from the Czech Republic is starting to close that gap.
Currently in the lead. After the starting point at the end of the lap, 45 seconds behind the leader.
So France and Norway. This really should be a 3-skier group. That mistake in the second exchange for the Czech Republic. Simon Chapin getting the hurry up on here. 1 lap down, and he's not hanging around. French have Tom Mancini is there as their anchor. The Norwegians have Andreas Kirkeng. Gregory Burt from the United States. He's around about 35 seconds down. Cheers of encouragement from the French team coaches. And this could be a significant leg for France. Norway the favourites going into this, and the Norwegian just shadowing the French skier who is definitely trying to increase the pace good and early in this 7.5 km effort. Not interested in going slowly and then trying to up the pace right at the end. He's taking it on. So we have 2 leaders, and then it's a little bit of a gap. 16 seconds only to Hozak. And then so Chapa and Haugen right together at the 18.9 km mark. Now we should see the Czech at some point come through that split time. 26 seconds back now. That's another 10 seconds lost for Hozak. And all that hard work from Thomas Dufek was cancelled out in that bad exchange. He went the wrong way, and Daniel Hozak is not able to catch back up with the leaders. But of the United States, 56 seconds back now. So this is only their second lap of 3. And they are starting to really put the hammer down and distance themselves. And if they can keep this pace going, then the gap will be too big to challenge when we go on to the anchor leg. And we could be looking at already, potentially, there's number 9. That's the team from Korea. They're not in the, well, they are in the race, but they're on a different lap. They're not in the race for the medals.
Here they come.
So last time in.
They're completing their second lap, and they will be starting their third and final lap before heading off to the anchor leg.
So second last time in. They are completing their second lap, about to start their third. Simon Chapa. What a ski from him so far.
3 times that's 4.6 miles. Not an insignificant distance.
As the snow really starts to bucket down now.
The Frenchman leading the way. Haugen right behind him, representing Norway. And the coaches just going
just
mad on
the speed.
Cheering him on, trying to build that adrenaline now. And there's the French coach right there.
So they are increasing their lead. The question is how much more. It was 28 seconds to third place with Hozak. But 56 seconds down. The Japanese, 1 minute 17. So final lap for these 2 skiers. Can they keep this pace up? It was Chapa that decided to really push things on early in this third leg.
Make up some of that 28-second deficit right now to secure a podium potential position at the handoff. Right now,
so they're on to the final leg. Hozak has started his final leg 28 seconds back. Burt is 57 seconds back. The crowd lining the course here, cheering these competitors on. And Mancini against Kirkang is what we're going to be offered in the final leg, and that is going to be a real treat. Mancini has the sprint speed. Kirkang will look to try and drop Mancini early, and so it's really important team tactics for the French, for Simon Chapat, not to give the Norwegians a lead going into the final leg. Even a slight lead could be enough for Kirkang to decide, right, okay, I'm going to try and drop Mancini early. We would have talked about the tactics, the potential tactics of the race as a team. Lying in third position, Daniel Hozek will hand over to Thomas Lucas for the Czech Republic. Gregory Burt, lying in fourth, will hand over to Alexandra Mauer. Listen to the effort that they're putting in. So they went hard, and they went hard and early on this third leg. Final time up the big hill. And there's still life left in Simon Chapat. Chapat trying to drop the Norwegian. Chapat putting a burst of speed in at the top of the hill. He's flat out sprinting to try and get a gap. Well, that's the top. Hasn't dropped Haugen though. Now the descent. Well, Simon Chapat doing a great job here, but he hasn't managed to drop Øyvind Haugen. Cheers, Øyvind. Oh, Haugen just a little bit dodgy on the outside of the track there, out in the slushy snow, and Simon Chapat able to carry better speed onto the final kick. This is where they're going to sprint absolutely flat out. They leave everything on the track here, going into the quicker tempo, full sprint up the hill for Simon Chapat, and Chapat is the one with the speed. Chapat, it's only a few seconds, but it will help Tom Mancini. Mancini will be able to work together with Andreas Kirkang. I don't think that Mancini will try and push the pace too early. If Mancini does anything, he might just sit behind Andreas Kirkang. I think that these two are far enough ahead now. Hozek 36 seconds back on them. If they slow up too much, then they will be caught by the Czech team. But look at the speed, look at the sprint speed of the French skier. Simon Chapat.
Upset for the Czech Republic skiers. Here we go with the
tag. And Mancini just setting off. As long as they tag, we can't quite see it, but they've tagged. And we have Kirking of Norway and Mancini of France. It's a 4-second lead for the French.
But so far in this World University Games, perhaps Kirking has been outperforming, so far at least, Mancini. So let's see how this matchup will develop.
Kirking will have to go hard to catch Mancini early on. Mancini is not going to slow down, but he's not going to go too hard too soon. Just getting into his rhythm, getting the heart rate up. There's the change for Czech Republic, 43 seconds. So at that the second exchange, they were 17 seconds back. They're now 43 seconds back. So just looking out for the USA going through. You can see the effort that they've had to put in. Now, Tom Mancini of France. Chased down by the Norwegian. Now, Mancini's set off pretty quickly. So 3 laps, easily enough time for Kirking to close this gap. He won't want to go too hard too soon. No point in putting lactic acid into the system. He's going to need that for the final lap. So Mancini of France will lead, and what was a 4-second lead has now turned into an 8-second lead. So Mancini is putting the hammer down on the Norwegian. Still very early days in this race. Mancini is an experienced skier and will not want to go too hard too soon. Kirking knows that can't let the Frenchman get too far ahead though. So the French lead 8.1 seconds ahead of the Norwegians. Don't rule out Norway yet, though. Do not rule out Norway. They're about to complete their first lap of 3 in this final leg.
0.5-kilometer event.
Andreas Kirking won the bronze medal in the 10K competition. Interestingly though, Mancini didn't start the pursuit. Mancini didn't have a great result in the 10K Classic and then pulled out of the pursuit.
On that controller skiing without glasses, I don't think that'd be an option for you right now. You would definitely be having some visibility issues.
As the snow really starts to come down heavily here at Mount Van Hoevenberg. Mancini through the 25-kilometer mark.
He is 1 second faster than he was at the previous time.
5 kilometers to go.
But what that might imply is with 2 laps left to go,
6.9 is the lead. It was 4.5. There's really nothing in it. So we're looking at the 3rd place coming through. And I can see in Lucas 46 seconds back in bronze medal position. So the Norwegian Anders Kirking
He's not showed us any time on either Mancini or Lucas. He's currently in 3rd place. But again, there's 2 more laps left to go.
So there's quite a gap between the bronze medal position, which is Thomas Lucas of the Czech Republic. And it looks like the Czech Republic will take the bronze if they can contain that and continue that. But this is the battle for gold and silver. It's not over yet. Kirking does not let Mancini get away from him. Wearing bib 11, it is the French skier that leads. Seeing the Ukrainian getting lapped, bib 14. That's Maxim Bondar. How does the Norwegian look? Looks to be grimacing ever so slightly. There's some pain there. And I'm not sure if the Norwegian has got the energy to close this gap. Well, the French were the dark horses going into this. And the French in leg 3 with Simon Chapat. That was where they really did good work. So the French skiers started with Gianni Giacchino, who placed 6th in leg 1. 14 seconds back. Then in leg 2, it was Matteo Correa who actually won that leg. And then handed over to Simon Chapa. Chapa was only third fastest in leg 3, but came into the transition in the lead. And let's have a look at the split time now at 27.1 kilometers. Mancini goes across in 1 hour, 9 minutes, 21 seconds, and the gap is growing. 14.5 seconds. Well, what was only a 4-second gap at the first exchange, 10 seconds now skied out.
Confidence. I mean, he really is strong going into this last lap. I mean, he has some of the lowest FISU in the entire.
Well, you've got to say that Mancini, one of the best ranked skiers going into this competition, is doing the business. Huge cheer from the French coach, and Mancini is really extending the lead now.
One of these leaders.
Absolutely. And those big back flakes that we saw coming out of the sky, very moisture-laden big back flakes.
So Mancini crossing the 27.5 kilometer split final lap.
It's final lap, 2.5 kilometers to go to the finish. Let's see what the
And he has a 2.5 kilometer left to ski, and it's a 16-second deficit. And Kirking, well, the look on his face tells me that he is not going to be able to close that gap.
Let's see if Kirking is able to get a second win. He does have 2.5 kilometers left to go before the finish.
Absolutely. And they
Look
are off
at
to the races.
Kirking. He is, yeah, he's hanging in there, the Norwegian. Mancini has set a really good pace and is going for it now. Mancini is pressing the accelerator even early on in this third and final lap. As the Norwegian coaches stand there with their grey jackets with Norway on the back, it's the French that have pulled the blinder. Well, cheers for the Norwegian, but it looks to me like he cannot summon the energy to mount an attack to try and close the gap. And the skier that he can see ahead of him is not Mancini. Mancini is out of sight. I think that's the Ukrainian. There is the Czech skier in bronze position. So Mancini at 27.5 leads Kirking by 16 seconds. Lukáš of Czech Republic 56 seconds back. Hirose of Japan making a good move and moving up into 4th position. And Hirose, well, he's 11 seconds back on Lukáš. It could be possible for Hirose to get up onto the podium. He would need to do an incredible last lap. We'll keep an eye on that one. But no doubt that Tom Mancini of France and the whole of the French team will be more than likely celebrating in the finish. We can see the Australian there, Adam Barnett, wearing number 8, and the Ukrainian Maxim Bondar But we're concentrating on the Norwegian, Anders Kirking. There is the bronze medal placed skier. And he's looking behind him because he knows that Hirose of Japan is mounting a challenge for a bronze. Mancini at 28.9 of this 30-kilometer race is well in the lead. Final descent for Tom Mancini. He's done the job, 31 seconds ahead. He'll take this final corner a little bit cautiously, but I think even with a fall, he could get back up and still win the gold. Taking it easily around the corner, little steps, and safely around the final difficult technical corner. One little hill left, and Mancini will sprint. He's just going to show how much energy he has still got left in the system. And even though he has a massive lead, he's going to absolutely power it home. We might see him back off on the start-finish straight, but Mancini has done the job for France. So Hirose's making a move on the Czech skier for bronze medal. If we could see Hirose coming up, that would be great, but we're going to see celebrations for Mancini. There is a real battle going on for the bronze medal.
Look at Tom Mancini. He has put it all on the line. He looks so strong coming up right now. This is an amazing performance. He's got to make sure that he goes down the right lane. This is where we saw the wheels fall off the bus.
Carefully round the final corner, and Tom Mancini will take the gold for France.
And there's the first flag coming out. The two go down. Being waved by Tom Mancini at the finish line.
And Hirose has gone up into bronze medal position as Tom Mancini takes
waving the French flag.
The tricolor flag of France.
And your anchor right there, Thomas Mancini.
And well done to the French team. They are the gold medalists in this men's 4x7.5K. So Kirking is going to get the silver, that is of no doubt. The battle is for bronze, and I think it might go to Hirose. Kirking.
See who's going to be coming around that turn.
The Norwegians, well, they were favourites going into this, but they didn't account for the French. And look at this from Japan. Well, gold medal in the team sprint, gold in the 10K Classic, gold in the pursuit, and Hirose Rio. Well, what an incredible final leg from Hirose Rio. That must be easily the fastest ski for, he's made up like well over a minute. Hirose crossing the line in bronze, 55 seconds back. A brilliant ski from the Japanese to take them the bronze medal. And the Czechs, well, they're going to look back at that mistake on the second exchange, and when Thomas Dufek went the wrong way, that was what cost them a bronze medal. Such disappointment for the team from the Czech Republic. They're going to be absolutely kicking themselves after that. as we watch the Americans come in. Alexandra Maurer.
Representing Team USA, Maurer, on his way to the finish for Team USA. That'll be a fifth place finish for
the Americans.
Next to the team name, so that means that the jury has
they were in touch after the third exchange. Well, they've rehearsed their celebrations, the French, as the Germans, Marius Bauer, comes in to cross the line.
Happy with that performance. He has got to be psyched. The deficit has ended.
And there's a star next to the United States team. I'm not sure what that's for. It might be for some kind of penalty. Crossing the line is Kazakhstan, Ivan Luft, and the Finns, it's Matthias Majala.
from Finland.
Team from Korea. Kim Jin Hyung, the Korean, just going through there.
Such a great job in the freestyle, but also in the class style of skiing. Crazy to think that back in 1976, the sport of freestyle actually was birthed by Bill Coate at the 1976 Olympic Games in Innsbruck. The first time we had a medalist in Nordic skiing was Bill Coate, that silver medal performance, and the birth of a whole new style of skiing.
So looking back at the legs, Norway won the first one with Nielsen, Zatukau in second, Butts of the USA in third. It was pretty tight. The French were down in sixth place. Second leg was won by Korea of France with Boya in second, 20 seconds back. They had closed that gap up. Dufek of the Czech Republic. And then the Czechs made their mistake in that transition, handed over to Daniel Hozak. It was actually Japan who won the third leg. They were already on catch-up at that stage. Haugen, second fastest. Chapat, third fastest in leg 3. And then in leg 4, the fastest was Hirose Rio. It was actually 17 seconds quicker than Tom Mancini in leg 4. Kirkeng 41 seconds back, Lucas 46 seconds back. And the Canadian Aidan Kirkham crossing the line in 9th place.
And finally, coming across the line, Luca Compagnoni from Team Italy.
Luca Compagnoni from Italy.
All down at the mascot ceremony in just a few moments.
Crossing the line.
Mattias Morandini, Riccardo Mazziero. This is Luca Compagnoni across the finish line for Team Italy. We'll see you down at the mascot ceremony in just a few moments.
So the Italian crosses the line in 10th place. And the French team will prepare. But it is Team France that are the winners of this 4.75 relay. Pese Valandry, the resort where he's from, which is just, it's part of the Les Arcs and La Plaine region in the Tarentaise Valley. Maxim Bondar from Ukraine. Final effort from the Ukrainian. And crossing the line in 11th place, 7 minutes 29 seconds back. We've got one other skier here. This is the Australian Adam Barnett. And the Aussies across the line in 12th place. And look at the time gaps. 28 seconds in the end, 55 seconds behind for Japan. And Japan doing a great job to overtake the Czech Republic in the end. United States of America in 5th, Germany